Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We are through 100 episodes of this series and going strong at the moment, though I would say it's been very slow. Working with realistic mode in all of its mechanics is quite a slow thing, and I might not necessarily do it exactly the same way in future seasons, just to make sure things move along a little bit quicker. We're up to about 30,000 population now, and I'm assuming we do have adults living at home. Yeah. So we should be able to squeeze out more population areas in the future, but we are probably constrained by the power at the moment. I don't think we can do much more with our power infrastructure the way it is right now. And let's, while we play it here, it was the 31st of December. Actually, we're going to have a quick look. We just have a quick look at the power infrastructure right now. I don't think we're seeing flashes or dropouts anymore since we've added the extra resilience on here, so that's pretty good. But just in general, our power infrastructure is not going to support much more expansion until we get the extra pieces up and running. This is powered, but it doesn't have any people working here. So what we may have to just have a quick look at is where can we tie in some workforce, and I think we will be able to tie in some workforce over there. Probably be able to do the same thing over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure we continue our little path around the corner here, like so. We'll get that set up. At the same time, we might choose this spot to come to the other side. What I'll also do is, is just clear out all of this, and instead maybe run a little pathway through. Thinking something like that. Yeah, that should work. Excellent. So let's do that, and run that one all the way like so. I like that. I like doing it like this. So let's at the very start just get these things built, and then we'll get the rest assigned. So Zacto should be able to. Interesting that. Okay. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. We don't need those sections. So we'll get that started so we can get some actors and workers to come in over here. Now it's almost the 1st of January when we will quickly have a look at the exports and how we were going in the last year. As soon as we hit the 1st of January, we'll pause and have a look. We've got a fair bit of unemployment, and that's something where I think we're going to start having a bit of a look at how we can better use that in the next, now in this episode. Now, there's an orphanage that doesn't have enough tutors. This is something that there's very little I can actually do about that. The fact that there's one person missing there, it'll be filled up with someone else very soon, but it does give me that issue straight away. May just move this up a little bit so we have a little bit more in terms of food and a little bit less in terms of clothing. You don't need that much clothing. We probably have an orphanage here that has, a few people missing as well. It's just a matter of turnover that you see all the time. Let's just get this government loyalty up a little bit more. So, you don't really need orphanages, is my understanding. It just helps you grow your population a little bit quicker. And the moment you have the ability to move people out, you just have a larger child population that can grow up and move into places. So it's easier to grow your population quicker. But you don't need it. It just means that if you have children for parents that kind of die, they disappear at the same time as well, and that's what the orphanages are there for. But it did smooth out things a little bit, and obviously it's a little bit more realistic that way as well. Okay, so let's it's the 1st of January. Let's quickly have a look at what our economy is doing. So if we look at last year, we imported way more than we exported. Not way more, but a little bit more. So in terms of our exports, certainly coal was doing a reasonable job. Bitumen was doing a good piece of work there. Food and alcohol, and even electronics. Look at that, almost 2 million each on those. And I think what we can do is if we sort out our unemployed population, we can really give that coal exports a bump because we've got the infrastructure we need to get that working. We just need to get the workers to the right place. So that should be a fairly simple fix for us. We start exporting power, but that wasn't a big money maker for us. Oil is only on the other side of the map, so it's not a big deal really. A little bit of fuel, a little bit of clothing has been helping us out over time as well. You can see clothing has popped up in the end of the year since we've added some more workers to that industrial area. Yeah, that's a thing there. And then fuel, yeah, it's only a few fuel exports over the course of the year, so that's an interesting one. Everything else seems to be pretty reasonable. Also, only every now and again that we see an alcohol shipment, but that's okay. Food a little bit more regular, bitumen a little bit more regular, and coal all the time, because that's our big export product at the moment. And I would love to see that go up to maybe about 4 million by just adding some more workers to it. So that should help us out a little bit. Now, if we go and have a look at imports, a lot of our imports is going to steel. Now, steel imports should really be, and a lot of it's going to crops. So crops will be intermittent. So we would stop crops every now and again. You can see the pattern of crops. So we stopped it again, and we will restart it again in due course. Steel, actually, we've dropped our steel as well a little bit. So maybe our steel imports are going to reduce now. Electronic components is at the borders where we're actually electrifying rail and things like that. But it is pretty pricey, and we may be in a position where we can now stop that import as well, because we've got all of our rail connections sorted out. So we can now potentially bring in some stuff from other areas, and maybe that's what we have a bit of a look at. So let's see how we can bring our economy back under control. That's something we're not going to get by. Meat is an interesting one, because we're definitely producing sufficient amounts of meat. It's not a big deal. I don't worry about that too much. I think we fixed the chemicals, and it's not a big deal. But just we can't seem to get meat to get to the places they want to go quickly enough, and the rest is all just kind of happening because of border works and things. But so I'm pretty comfortable with that. But if we can, I think our steel is going to be reduced significantly now, and you can see the pattern towards the end of the year. We haven't actually done much importing, but yeah, if we can drop the electronic components, that would be quite useful as well. If we then go back, we can see that we also imported a lot of vehicles, and that we're going to continue to do. But we've also made 4 million in exports of the ships that we've been building, and so it's been a very good source of income, and I'm going to continue doing that. We imported a lot of vehicles, and we will continue to do so. The foreign manpower is also pretty pricey, and we may want to start looking at some other border towns as well, so that we can reduce just smaller border towns with minor infrastructure, so that we can see about potentially reducing this manpower number. But I'm not too worried. If we can sort out steel and electronic components, I think we're going to be in a good spot. So that's generally the situation. Now, a few things that I want to have a look at, and this is from an email from a fan or a regular viewer of the channel. Now, one thing is about our this line that's currently dropping people off over here. And so the idea is, so what they were saying was that, yes, we can set that up. And why do we have people waiting here? Oh, yes, I had to allow that. So the idea was that we can stop we don't need the transfer, right? We just need to set them all to go to a certain spot. So let's view this line, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the transfer. We're going to save it there, okay? And at the same time, I'm going to come here. I'm going to say I'm not going to accept any workers, but all workers needs to go to that spot. So we've got a bus just arriving here now. So let's quickly see what happens. Yep, there we go. So that does fix that problem. So you shouldn't put up in the transfer. And this moves everybody over here. Okay, good. Now that's a good first step there. The other thing that we could be looking at, because at the moment we really don't need many workers over here. So we could be looking at, and I think we have just the single train running, right? I think, let me just see. I've got one train running, and it moves a lot of people over. But what we could potentially do is just change the this to it like a tram type vehicle. So let's have a quick look what we can buy in terms of tram style vehicles. Trams. Okay, so and they should be able to run directly on this, and this is pretty cost effective. I just want to make sure it's pretty speedy. So what's this quickest one? Is 72 kilometers an hour, 72 at 88, 70, 83, 250, 75 at 65. Yeah, the problem is it's too slow, really. That's my biggest concern here, is that it's too slow. But I would be fairly comfortable to just buy one of those, or maybe even, just maybe we'll buy two of them. So buy two of them. I'll move them onto that line. So they should be heading out this way. Yeah, here they come. It's good. I'm happy with that. And so we'll get them to make their maneuvers over here, and then we may just replace the one big vehicle and just start running these trams. Now they do come out over this way, and they should be able to run in there pretty effectively. So how much did, so maybe 50 people were unloaded here. So the tram should be a much better use of this one. And I don't necessarily think this guy is going to really get up to 100 kilometers an hour through here, right? So the tram might be a better one. It'll use, I think it'll use, oh, well, it will get up to 100 as it crosses the bridge, and then it's going to start slowing down again to enter this area here. But yeah, the 100 kilometers an hour is maybe a little bit less important in this area. So once we allocate those trams to this, I think they should be here now, or very close at least. Where are my trams? Let's speed things up a little bit. They should be coming in this way. Excellent. Let's clear off some of this. Yeah, so moving more of our unemployed workers into meaningful work is what I'm trying to achieve at the moment. These guys aren't doing anything, so we will also quickly have a bit of a look at what we can make a start on with regards to our construction. And I'm kind of tempted to maybe get the rest of this going. So let's grab the cosy guys to come and sort out the rest of this. So let's get the rest of this built. At the same time, I'll get Moderate Air to come and apply their magic here as well, so that we can get ready to move a lot more through here. So that's okay. We can make a start on that. These two mines by themselves should be able to sort that out. So I'm quite happy with that, and we'll do a little bit more in terms of getting more workers out there as well. But let's get that started. So at least that's underway. Now going over here, we have our trams. Let's quickly assign them to the Exacto. It's the Exacto construction workers, right? Yeah, it's this one. That is quite interesting because we're not actually using. Anyway, let's just assign that. And this one we want to assign to Exacto construction workers at the same time, and we'll make a start there. And then if we check that line, the Exacto construction workers line, we'll grab this vehicle, which has now picked up people. Oh, there we go, dropping off people. Okay, that's good. Exacto North platform. Excellent. So drop them off, and now what I'll do is I'll send them out this way. So we'll get that vehicle back into the depot, and we'll sort it out from there. This depot is we'll see about using those vehicles a little bit later. We should be all good at the moment. Excellent. Now that's good. That's a good move here. So hopefully we'll. Did I want to add this to the line though? Almost tempted to do a few things with that. At the moment, it's okay. We'll just leave it as such. How's our construction going here? This guy seems to be stuck. Where is it trying to get to? Which is this unfinished. Oh, it is practically finished, isn't it? Oh, struggling to get to where it wants to go. How far is this? Okay, anyway, let's just send this guy back. It's a little difficult to work in this environment at the moment because it's very constrained. But once we get into these tunnels, that should be all good. Excellent. So let's move it along. We go underground. Oh, here comes the tunnel bore machine. It will be able to slip by? Yes, no, maybe. Oh, just doesn't slip by. Well, let's move that through. I think once we've got the starting point done, it should be okay. But this is moving along pretty nicely, actually. Need a little bit more work there. There's some more tunnel boring and needing to happen there. Yeah, it's just not enough room in this space, but that's okay. We'll slowly get there. We'll slowly get there. Our trams have arrived. Now, what I did wonder about these trams, we could now obviously space these out a little bit, and maybe that's all we need to do, so that they don't get oh, we can't space them out. Haha. Okay, so if we can't space them out, this guy has already gone there. So then what we really need to do is after this one, they need to come in here and then run out again. So let's assign the end station there, and we'll do that. So after the end station, then that should space them out a little bit. How many workers on there? 88, so that's okay. And what I could also do is I can also just go to about a half a load, so that we don't unnecessarily use these workers. Actually, let's do that while we're looking at this. So if we're saying load, we're going to load. No. Go in there. We're going to load. Let's say about 60% of it. That should be a little bit more reasonable, and we'll unload everything. So let's do that. This guy, is it going to go and load? So let's see how much it loads with the 60% load. Just over 50 should be fine. Yeah, that's going to be good. So that's going to give us all the workers, and because now we're going to run them more regularly as well. So that should help us out a fair bit. Now we did have another collision over here, it seems. That's okay. Did that? Well, we'll have to see. There's a collision. I know what that collision is all about, and we've got some track builders waiting. Okay, and now we're. Oh man, was that really it? Just a little slither there? Oh, that's really not ideal. Or is it going back in the other direction? Is it? No. Heading back. Let's send it back altogether then. Yeah, so this is a slow process due to the fact that we only got the limited space here. But that's okay. We'll get there ultimately. It's not like we dire need that straight away. Now, what I wanted to do is, as we discussed, I needed to have a bit of a look at whether we can stop our export or stop the use of our electronics. So at the moment, do we have these guys ready to go and send electronics to a few different spaces? Not really. This is a small distribution office. This is basically exporting our additional electronics. But electronic components, we may be able to move that from... At the moment, we're not really... Oh, we are actually stationing some stuff here. What is this? This is chemical export. So what I'd rather also do is let's build another distribution facility here. Something slightly... not the biggest one. Maybe that one, 20 vehicles. 20 vehicles is probably about right. So it's going to be similar one. Let's flip it around so it kind of looks like it's mirroring what we've got on the other side there. I'm quite comfortable with that. Yeah, that's okay. Let's give that a go, and we'll get Kioski assigned to this, and we'll maybe get the moderate guys to helicopters to start bringing some stuff in here. That should be okay. That should start working on this quite easily. Excellent. And then what I'll do is I'll start moving not chemicals, electronic components to the various places that's currently importing it. So predominantly that rail area over there. So that's this rail area at the border here, which is probably where a lot of our electrification is occurring. We can also just stop the use of these guys at the moment, but I'm not too opposed to it. So why are you? Oh, I think you are working. You're just needing workers. That's really the issue here. And then we can start building up some of this. How is this going? Is this is still under construction? But to be honest, we need. We don't have. Yeah, it's not actually bringing in the vehicles that we need, to be honest. So that's a big part of the issue. This guy is filling up. Yeah, we have this power is actually pretty good. So this kind of setup here works really well. Let's make sure these guys go a little further and get more of of our roads plowed. So these roads here is probably about sufficient. What may be useful is to just make sure that this is also plowed. So where is our how far is this guy getting? Okay, so let's see about getting a few more breaks in the system here in a few different locations to see if that helps out our various snow plows. So let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, that's giving us a little bit extended reach on both of those. And I want to check whether this is doing the same thing on that side. If we up that a little bit more, we may be able to get the entire thing going. And now it's going to do all the way that way as well. So let's just make sure we do as much of our plowing that we can at this point. That's good. And then we are in the process of building a lot of roads here, so that we can, in fact, move on to the rest of construction. Now, the next thing I wanted to do is work on our ability to get more workers through to this area. We've got no terrains here at the moment, which is quite an excellent one. Yeah, so we need more workers out in this way. So I'll want to buy another one of these guys because I don't think we need any more than... Well, we might have to bump that up a little bit more than 63 once we've got all of this running. And the question is also whether we want to run potentially in there with some additional workers. But let's separate our workers out as best we can. Okay, so now these workers are heading off to their various spots. How much do we have there? Yeah, excellent. So that should quite comfortably start loading these up, and we'll see some more action going on there. So now our money is getting back up to the 20 million mark. Well, not quite yet, but should get there pretty soon. I'm not going to use this train. I'm going to instead use an electric locomotive that's pretty quick. 160. I think, are we running? Sorry, let's just double check what we're running on it at the moment, because I think we should be running 160. On this guy. Where is it? There it goes. What is this? The CS2R, and that one goes up to 160. Yes, 125 at the moment. Okay, so let's pop in here and we'll buy an electric locomotive that is pretty quick. CS2R. Yeah, that's the cheapest 160 model. And and because it's a passenger rail, it doesn't need to be the strongest either. So I'll buy another one of these, and at the same time we will then need to buy another passenger wagon, and we're currently using something that's like 120, right? Passenger wagon, no, not cabins, passenger wagons. 125, we're probably using this one. It's also the cheapest one, so let's just grab one of them. So once this guy's there, what I'll want to do is just say, so you are assigned to here now, but what I'd rather do is I say, go in here, load up on that, and then go back. Right? Ooh. Well, we can probably put you in there and say unload there, right? Well, actually, do that and then that. No, doesn't want to work. Okay, so now we'll do that. Oh, actually, now you should be able to go in there. Excellent. So let's just get rid of that one and make sure that we want you to head off in that direction. So let's give you a turnaround. So now you should be going in, grabbing that wagon. Excellent. So get your wagon. Oh, we've got extra wagons. Oh, it's okay. Well, bring them to the depot. It's okay. I forgot we had extra wagons there. Bring them to the depot. We'll leave them in the depot for the time being. That's going to be okay. Yeah, we'll leave them there. So lots of construction underway here at the moment. This is being built, I assume, with workers because it's a small little slither. That's fine. We should have that train in here now. Excellent. Thank you. Now, with that guy in place, what we need to do is put that in there. Now, what I also want to have a look at is that we have that line. So let's quickly grab that line that we have here. Oh, actually, this is we we're going to run these. Oh, you know what? I could run more workers on it, actually. Because what we do need to do is we need to... okay, so we'll get an extra passenger wagon. I didn't quite think this through. Or do we do 2 here so that they... Yeah, let's do 2 on this side. And then we see what we can do to get more workers on this side. Let's just get the 2 running here so that there's constantly a little bit of a supply there. So all related vehicles is this maneuver here. Okay, so from here, I need to have a bit of a look. So at Zacto Central, you can load up a little bit more now. 60% of 120, let's make it about 70%, that's fine. Okay, and then before you get where you want to go, so what I'm going to try and do is, instead of running it up here, which is the quicker path, it'll be much less constrained on this side. So I think, and if we're running 2, it should be okay. So what I might do is I might just pass it through here as a waypoint. Okay, and then it goes back to which platform? Oh, that goes back to that platform, and then it needs to go in here. So we'll save it as such, and now, actually now it's, I still want to run it back in that same direction. So beyond that, I need to first add an extra one there, waypoint there, and we'll save it that way. Excellent. Now it's just going to run on this side instead. It's a longer route, and we'll rename it to Zacto Coal Process Workers. I think that should do the trick, and we'll save it there. And that should at least hopefully get everything to work a little bit better. And what we're then going to do is we're going to allocate this vehicle that we've just bought and built. It's stuck somewhere over here. Yeah, excellent. So it's arrived, and we'll assign that to that very same route. So let's clear all of that out. We'll save it to the Zacto Coal Process Workers. And we'll make a start over there. So let's get it to Zacto Central and make a start. So now we'll run more workers over a longer distance. So we will be vacating a part of the track that's becoming a bit of a problem to us at the moment. So how many trains do we have on this particular one? So we've got 4 trains running on that, and bringing in workers all the time. And now, the issue with this one is it does drop off over here, which is fine, but it runs to this station here, and I don't necessarily think we have sufficient workers to run more here. So that one empties it out, and then it leaves, and then do we get enough workers to join before the next one comes through? So what I'm kind of contemplating is just buying another train. Yeah, see, this guy's now filling up. Yeah, so we certainly don't have enough capacity to add more trains to the mix. The next one's probably going to get out of here now. Only got 60, and it can go up to like 300 on these trains, right? So here comes the next one, barely loading a load of workers. So we really shouldn't be adding any more to the mix here. Ooh. Oh, that's just the tourist train. That's okay. So now this is actually getting a few more workers ready to go. Excellent. And now this guy should be clearing in here. Oh, no. At least it is going in the right direction. Good. Now they're both in there. Okay, good stuff. Awesome. I do wonder whether we should be... I think we should take out this. No, it seems to be working. We're not getting stuck here. But this should really be one block. It shouldn't be running trains into a section that doesn't have this block open. So let me... Can I... hang on, let's just see, what do we have here? Yeah, see, this should at the very least be opening to the full side there. So I'm gonna, if I get rid of this, right, that should do the trick there. Okay, excellent. Yeah, now we've got the workers there. Okay, I'm gonna buy another train that's gonna run more workers from ExactChaos Central to this. So let's buy yet another quick electric locomotives. In terms of speed, I would like one of these. That's fine. Pause it there while I'll use it to get to collect some wagons. So let's get passenger wagons over here. Gonna use the cheap ones. 250 is the capacity of a mine, so at least 2 of them. Let's do 1, 2, 375. 2 of them. No, yeah, let's do 2 of them instead. 250. No, let's do a third one, just in case we want to fill up more mines. Okay, so now you need to go there to load up, and then you would like to go here, and then you would like to cancel that, and then you would like to go there, and you would like to get rid of this one. Yes, I'm getting a little bit better at that now. So let's just turn around. So now you'll grab everything you want there, the 2 wagons. Get those 2 wagons going, and then we'll run. I did 3. Oh yeah, 3 wagons. Yeah, and now this guy should run much quicker along the back there, and hopefully just drop off some workers right over here. There should be enough room for it to just pop in here, come around, and go back out. So it's going to be a little bit of a distance to get there, but it's just going to supplement our workers in this area. So we need to set up another route to just bring in some workers in here. But it should work. There's at least the 2 platforms, and what we would want to do is make sure that we start filling up this one also. So at the moment we don't actually have this assigned, so let's have a bit of a look at getting it accessed. So we would like to make sure that it's fairly straight. So we'll do that, we'll get that assigned, and I would like to assign maybe moderate air to this. Oh, really can't land anywhere here. Well, then we'll have to get like moderate to come and help that section out as well. Excellent, good. So let's start building that, because we're going to start running more trains in this area. We'll have to have a look at the rest of our heating problems. That's fine. Okay, now we grab this guy, and we'll say clear out all of this, and we'd like you to please head on to ExactChaos Central, where we've got tons of workers. We're going to load up on workers only, and then you're going to go via this waypoint here to this platform over there. And then you're going to go and unload all your workers. That's fine. And then once you've unloaded your workers, you're going to go back via this waypoint over here. And that should be done. So so that's going to be fine. So let's make a start on that. We'll view that line. And this is going to be ExactChaos coal workers supplement. Yeah, that's not the greatest name, but it's going to tell me what it is. So let's do that. So now we should get more workers coming in, and the question is whether we can get them to their mines and the likes. This should be. Oh, actually, yeah, we're not getting all the workers in here, but I think we're reasonably placed. This should be working reasonably well, and once we've got this sorted out, We'll get even more workers to run through here, and we'll be able to process coal a lot quicker. Hopefully we're going to get our workers here now. We're waiting on the new round of workers to come in. So I think we should be fine. This is starting to grow on me a little bit. We've got a collision. Let's quickly sort this out. Just make sure we've got... I think it did sort itself out, to be honest. If we drop it down, yeah, it did sort itself out. So there's the tunnel. The tunnel bore machine is doing its thing over here. We are really moving with this stuff now. Well, not really moving, but we are moving. Plenty of trains hanging out over here. See what's happening with these trains. Look at this. This station is getting really busy. I like seeing it. I like seeing it. I do wonder whether we can get enough, if we can get enough vehicles through this, to be honest. Doesn't seem to be constantly struggling, because we do need to kind of manage how we're loading here, because there are workers around, but of course we can use them up fairly quickly. Okay, so this guy should fill up quite nicely now. Should have everything it needs. 88. We could do a bypass, but I don't think it's necessary. I think there's more than enough routes through there so that the trains can actively run through there fairly quickly. This guy's loading up. Nice. Get out of there. Yeah, it does. It's getting busy. Yeah, no, our trains, this is getting like a super busy station, to be honest. I like it, but it's probably about at capacity. We can't run much more than we're running through it at the moment. So we'll just leave it where it is. Now, the key here is to see that we're actually getting the rest of this done. We should have plenty of workers out over here. And do we have workers over here? We do. Only a few, though. Interesting. I wonder whether it was fully loaded. Oh, it's going here. No, it's not. It's not going there. At the moment, I don't think this is connected, but we will need to bring in a little path this way as well. So let's quickly sort out that component of it. I think just like that. It's probably about right. We'll get them there as quickly as we can. Let's get that assigned, and what we can do is we can get the moderate helicopters to come and work on these as well, so we can get those paths built. But plenty of coal here, so really it's the workers over here that's the biggest problem for us. So we do need to see whether we. So this train is coming in. It should have enough workers. Oh, excellent! That's the end of the snowy season. Okay, let's. I just want to see. I wonder if it's waiting so long that we're barely getting any workers through here. It might be that the distance is just too significant, and we may have to look at something like maybe helicopter transport. Okay, here we go. Getting there. So these guys should be filling up. There we go, filled up. And this is filling up. So yeah, it really should be moving through there pretty quickly. Now, I'm just going to sit here for a second to see how much time after the workers kind of disappear, the next train arrives, because we may have to add another one in there just to reduce that headway between vehicles. We may not have this thing processing all the time, so that's definitely something that could be useful. And then we can drop the amount of workers that they're actually picking up. Well, no, it needs to have a 25 for each. So it needs to have about 75 on it to make sure that it can run all of them. Train is waiting too long. I'm gonna know what that is all about. It seems to be going, actually. Still has all its workers there. I just want to see when our next train is arriving with the workers. If it's just got a little gap, right? If these guys are leaving and there's only a moment that it doesn't have, or a few. Oh, here we go. They're starting to disappear now. Where's our next train? Would love to see our next train be arriving just about now. Still, I don't see it. Still don't see it. So this is the problem with long distance transport. So now we're out of workers. There's probably still a few workers in this, in one of them. Okay, but now we're completely out of workers. That's the issue now. So where is our next service? Yeah, here it comes. So we are going to be, and maybe that's going to be sufficient for the time being. Maybe that is going to be okay, because it's going to give us more exports. It might not just be because there's only one train waiting at the moment. We won't be upping our number of exporting vehicles, and this gives us room for this thing to actually work, so that we can make use of all of these facilities. So this should now. Was that train empty? No. So yeah, that's a problem. If the train was empty, that's a bit of an issue. That certainly is a bit of an issue. Here comes this train. How much does this have? Okay, that's going to be a hell of a lot of workers, and this one should, we have this ready to go. So now, should be able to work there, right? Here we go. Now this is going to drop off tons of workers for us. Excellent. So we should be filling these guys up now at a fairly reasonable pace. Yeah, so this should... why is this not... Hang on. Oh, yeah, it is working. It's just going straight into there. Okay, so this is going... Yes, this is moving along quite nicely now. We could up the... well, workers are coming in here. That's okay. I think we're okay. We may be able to up this a little bit, but I think I'm fairly comfortable with what we're doing here. Yeah, so this should work. We just need more workers to join this side. Maybe we'll look at helicopter transport in the interim while we build that city. So let's move in over here and see where this is all at. So this is done. All of these road sections are getting concluded. So let's assign. Am I assigning Kioski to this? So let's assign Kioski to these guys. And maybe we'll assign the Zacto North Cruise to this one to start building some of these roads. I do need to plan out a little bit more stuff here. What's happening over here? Okay, so Zacto is going to be assigned to these. Let's get moving on those sections. The rail is being constructed over here. Excellent. So we should now have done our distribution office. Finished our distribution office over here. Our money is looking okay. I'm quite comfortable with that. So give me, this is going to be a chemical distribution. So let's just call it Kioski Chemical Distribution. Distribution, that's fine. We'll save it there. We'll give ourselves a few vehicles in here. Just get the covered holes and we'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Should be about a reasonable number. What you're going to do is you are going to collect over here and you will need to then let's leave this here and have a quick look. Where's the chemicals going? Oh, no. I mean electronic components. Electronic components is coming into this one. So we would like you to please drop off your mechanical, electronic components over there up to a value of, say, 50%. We just need to make sure that that is, in fact, going to be mechanical components. And who else is taking mechanical electronic components? It's only this one, really. So maybe that's the only piece. But what we can do, I think the rest is already being done by train, right? We'll just leave that there, and that should be able to run. Well, it's gonna be a struggle because it's gonna have a full load. It's gonna take ages to get there, which it's not gonna work, to be honest. I think unless we get that to work a little bit more efficiently. I just need to make sure once the first vehicle arrives, make sure that we're only talking about electronic components. And there we go. So what you want to do is you will be loading up on electronic components. Maybe leave us a bit of a buffer in there. And you're going to unload electronic components. So that's all you're going to do, right? Excellent. So you're not ready to sort that out. Perfect. How are we doing over here? Oh, that's beautiful still. How are we doing in this location? Yeah, we're really moving along. We're actually getting fairly full complements, and we can up the worker numbers on the alcohol if we wanted to export more of that, because we're doing a reasonable job at creating tons of food for our people. When the next train arrives, I just want to see how many workers actually gets out. Now, I think we are actually we run out of workers here, to be honest. Okay, well, that's the case. We're up to almost 30,000 people, and I think that's where we're going to hold it just for the time being until we get a few other bits and pieces sorted out. Wow, look at how that tunnel boring machine is doing its thing here. This is, needing a tunnel bore machine. This is needing a tunnel bore machine. That's fine. Where is this guy waiting? That's not necessarily something is an issue that I would like to happen. So where is where is this connected? It's connected over here. So what I'll do is I'll just grab this, and that should make sure that these guys actually work at the same time. And now I would like one of our other guys to start. This section should be done. Is this electrified? No, it's not yet electrified. We'll electrify it. We could start looking at electrification, but at this time, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, we've got workers here now. This is almost done. Oh, this is probably taking up a lot of our workers. So let's just make sure we're not bringing in too many workers there. Actually, let's just up it to about. Let's just do about. Oh, just leave it. That's fine. Just leave it there. So all of that should be working, and we should see more exports on the coal starting to happen. Our imports last month, it was more the vehicles. So the vehicles we're importing is costing us an enormous amount of money. So that's really where we're getting stuck. We still need to do a few more little paths here just to make sure this is starting to work. So I'd like to do that. And then get that guy moving, and we'd like to do this. We'll get that moving, and we'd like to do, probably just that and get that one moving. I think that should be okay. So let's get the Zacto guys to come and build all of them. They should be able to do that fairly quickly. Did I want to drop the amount of workers that we get here or not? Is this driving our happiness? I think it should be driving our happiness, but it might be a bit of a challenge, though. We are putting people through here. We might be able to drop the number of people that actually go here, because we're not using them all. Yeah, something like that I think is going to be okay for the time being. Maybe we'll give it a little bit more, 30. Because we're not using all of them at the moment, but as we expand, we'll obviously have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, we've got workers here, and we are bringing workers over, and we should be getting workers over here. There's obviously a lot of stuff we could do with another tunnel bore machine instead of... No, it's okay. Well, yeah, we need... Yeah, no, anyway, we'll just let it happen slowly. We're not in a hurry to get this kind of running. And the tunnel bore machine should be on its way to go and bore another component, right? Is this underway? Yeah, so we should see the tunnel bore machine come back. It should be... Oh, there it goes. It's ready to go into that direction. Excellent. That's fine. Do your thing, guys. Do your thing. Like the tunnel bore machine does a great job. Does an absolutely great job. It's an awesome piece. An awesome piece. Okay, what is the next thing we want to have a bit of a look at? Yes, we wanted to do the sewage network over here. So there's a lot of works underway here, and we want to actually make a start over here as well. So now that we've got this connected, I think the next thing for us to make a start at is let's plan out what our roads connections here is going to look like. So we do need the road to access a variety of different places. We do need we actually need a cooling tower. So let's get a cooling tower. Over here, we've got a cooling tower. Now, do we build... Are they all exactly the same? Do we need to... Environmental pollution, but do we need... How many... So the question is, do we need a major cooling tower, or can we build a small one? Right? I'd rather build one for 18 tons of steel, but I do like the size of the big cooling towers, or the look of the big cooling towers. And I'm going to do it kind of to the side here. We could even push it back onto this side, but I think that's going to be a little awkward. So I'd rather just do it over here. We'll get the walking connection in through there. Move it a little further away. We'll have a little bit of room there for our tracks. So let's do, something like that is probably about okay. Now we will need to run a road through here. Let's just extend our tracks a little bit through here. What's this track doing? Let's get rid of that, and we'll trim that back a little bit. I may just do... Train is waiting too long. Let's quickly have a look at that. This is something that's a little troubling if we are getting stuck. Okay, we are in fact getting stuck. So who's stuck where? Where are you trying to go? You're trying to go there, but why aren't you able to? Ooh, that is really interesting. Okay, so what I will do, which should help us out a little bit, is I'll do that, and that'll get this guy to move in there, and that should be okay. That is really interesting. Now the question is, anyway, let's just leave it there. Oh my goodness, now we're stuck. We're stuck even more. Hang on. Oh, that one actually moved in. So now the next one will start moving, I'm sure. Can we just say, please keep going? Okay, so things are moving again. That's interesting. It's been quite busy then. How many do we have stuck here? Wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Yeah, maybe I'm overdoing this a little bit, or I need to think about how we can improve our situation here. That's good. Everything's starting to move through. Yeah, it's starting to move again. Yeah, get everybody out of the way, please. Slowly, and I kind of wonder whether we do look at getting them across to the other side. Excellent, there we go. Things are moving again. Good. Wow, that's an interesting one. Obviously going to hurt us a lot at a lot of different facilities because we couldn't get workers there for quite a while. Wow, look at this train. Lots of food being brought in. Okay, good stuff. drop down here quickly while we're at it. Tunnel bore machine needs to be coming back to do some stuff. Assuming the track builders and the likes are underway. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's quickly do the... Now that that's sorted out, let's quickly go back up and finish off some of these planned items over here. So now that I've got that in place, let me quickly just... quickly make a start on that piece. And what I'll do is I'll get a bit of a road to kind of run somewhere down the middle here. Yeah, that's probably about most appropriate. So let's tie that in there. That's good. We will need to get ourselves a little bit of cooling tower activities going on. So what do we need to do is run it there, adjacent that way. And then we need to go over the road. We'll do something like this and tie it in that way. Similarly, I'm kind of thinking we just run this guy back up to about there, and we, instead of connecting it on there, we'll go there and let's just trim it back a little bit. Can we make this work at all? Come on. Okay, so trim it back a little bit more, and we'll leave it out there. There we go. Now another train is waiting too long. Let's just switch that on. Why is this train waiting too long? Not used to all these trains having to wait too long all the time. What the hell? So my new plans here didn't quite do what they needed to do. Okay, so clearly I need to put this back in here. Clearly that was an important component of it. So what I'll do is I'll send you back there. Thank you. So make a turn. I'll do the same thing with you, I think. Yeah, we've lost all of our workers, so go there and turn around. Now the rest of the stuff should start working again, but yeah, that's a pain. Oh no! Okay, but at least we're getting a little bit movement here. It's getting out. Okay, get around there. Nice. Okay, I think this will start moving again. And then let's quickly have a quick look at where our road here is going to happen. I think that'll sort itself out. So we will need to run a bit of a road up alongside this. I'm going to kind of leave it fairly close. And what it'll need to do, it'll need to provide access to this as well. So let's run one road up there. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got access points for practically everything. It's a very busy little stretch in terms of access points. And we may have to have a bit of a look at how we actually build this. So I may kind of leave a lot of the sections out. But at least doing it like this, sees we've got access to everything we need access to on this side. There are a few sections here that may have a bit of trouble. So we'll have to see how we get that connected. But that's fine. That's a good first step for us. We'll have to gravel them up though. That's a good first step. We can run that all the way around, to be honest. We may want to do that somewhere over here. Okay, so we'll do that because we will want to have good fire protection in this area. It'll be a pain if we don't. And so the question is really, I would like to... yeah, running it like that is probably good. Then we can provide access there. At the same time, we may want to move this here. We'll run that. We'll get access here. Can we get access through here? We should be able to. So let's run it up to there, and then we'll turn it like that and like that. Perfect. So that'll get access on that side. We will want to see about tying in this side as well. Something like this, something like that. And we'll have to see how we get into these few spots. I think we probably will find something that works. Now if we run something like this. There we go. That'll work. Try that in there. Excellent. So now that's going to work. It will take us a while to get all of this to work, but we do need to make sure we are, in fact, probably connecting all the way through there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And similarly, we'll start to connect up on this side as well. So that gives us a spot to start working on. I'm pretty keen on just making sure we build these sections of road. We can maybe get the Kioski guys to come and work on those sections for us. These sections are doing fairly well. Let's. I'll leave the. We do need to do the sewer still. If we go underground, actually we can probably make a start on just getting these pipes connected up, and then we'll go from there. But that is looking pretty reasonable. And I want to run the sewer in exactly the same way. So lots of road building going on at the moment. I think we're going to see a bit of a dip in our economy due to our issues with trains. We're running way too many trains. What's going on over here? Yeah, so that piece that I did there was a bit of a dilemma. Now it's looking much neater. And similarly, over here, it's looking better. It is looking better. It's not going to get problematic as quickly, I think. Excellent. There that goes. Good stuff. Everything is still moving. Though these guys aren't actually building, so let's just make sure we get them somewhere so that they can build. This is all done. And we've got workers that's slowly disappearing. It's loading that up pretty quickly. Oh, look at this. I love this. So we should see way more coal exports happening now due to the fact that we've got a pretty reasonable setup going. And let's just get the Zacto guys to help out with something somewhere, because they're not doing anything at the moment. They could actually help with. Actually, we'll get them to start work on this side. So we'll get the Zacto helicopters to make a start on that side. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Is this still under construction? Yes. Excellent. Okay, let's have one more quick look at what's going on with our metro. Love that. That's going well. Wow. Okay, so let's fly over this way, have a quick look at what's going on with our metro. Yeah, there goes the helicopters. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Let's go underground here. So that's happening there. Where's our tunnel bore machine? Yeah, there goes our tunnel bore machine. Yeah, slowly and steadily, everything is starting to happen here. And I think we'll get it there. And now these sections, I think, are done. Or it needs... it still needs this track builder to be doing its thing. Goes in there and goes back. Yeah, good. Tunnel bore machine doing its thing. Nice, and it'll continue to bore. Yeah, absolutely. We're making good progress now. We're making good progress now, I think, with this. It's still going to be an episode or two away before we're actually at a point where we can start running the metros, but it's starting to look pretty good. Let's have one more look over here. Oh, this is full. Should be able to move a little bit more through there then. Excellent. Good stuff. And the next update is going to start coming out any day now. So we may need to have a bit of a look at what we can do to try and bring in some components like trash and so on fairly soon. I'm not sure I'm going to transition straight away, but I will want to try and slowly transition into the new update features as we get that going. This is moving along, and people should be we should be seeing happiness go up. I'm hopeful. Oh, we've got a very low religion sympathy and fairly low alcohol addiction as well, so that's good. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave your comments down below. Bye bye.